Incredible hurricane. It has dropped. It has dropped 50 millibars in 10 hours. I apologize. This is just horrific. Maximum sustained winds are 160 miles per hour, and it is just gaining strength in the Gulf of Mexico, where you can imagine the winds. I mean, the seas are just so incredibly hot. Record hot, as you might imagine. You know what's driving that. I don't need to tell you. Global warming, climate change, leading to this and becoming an increasing threat for the Yucatan, including Merida and Progreso and other areas there. Let's see if I can show you.
Shalom, Yasharallah. First and foremost, I would like to give all honor, glory, and infinite praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakar Kodash. Double honors to beloved elders and the apostles at Great Millstone that taught me this truth. Peace and salutations to all you Hufalek Akim out there laboring, that are pushing this word, truth, and sincerity. Why, especially the Akim that are in the storm's path. May Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai be with you. You know, we know that the Lord's going to keep them safe and your families. You know, I'm praying for you brothers out there that are about to deal with this tempest, you know. But I wanted to play this video because, you know, this is a Category 5, which is the first and one of the fastest hurricanes in the recent times that the world has dealt with. You know, and, you know, they'd like to say global warming, but we all know what Esau's doing up in the heavens with his Mountain Dew. You know, direct energy weapons, you know, weather modification, straight out, you know, this is Esau creating scenarios, creating emergencies so that he can have more freedom to go in and get what he needs to do to get done, you know, whatever his agenda may be, whether it just be chaos. But Esau only gets so much credit because it is Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai that is bringing judgments first and foremost on all these people, you know, because this place, Babylon the Great, is maybe dealing with a lot of water right now, but soon enough this place is going to be melted and all the elements therein, you know, the rivers, the lakes, the seas, you know, all this place is going to be melted within Babylon the Great, you know. So I wanted to play another video to just put a lot of background information. As you can see, that emotional headline, like I said, the meteorologist getting emotional, you should take this serious. Hey man, well guess what, people should have been taking these days serious, man. You know, and then they're pussyfooting around and realizing when the judgments start hitting, who they calling upon. Oh, I don't need no man. Yeah, like you see in the last videos when Hurricane Katrina happened, you had a bunch of fucking, you know, N-dubs pushing a little kiddie pool around, crying. You know, so anyways, you know, we know what happened, you know, with Esau's sayings, certain off, because it happened in Hurricane Katrina. Esau soldiers cut off certain bridges, said everybody was looting, saying shoot anything darker than a paper bag, you know. So this thing's happened before. Again, I want to play this video, you know, before you're long-winded, and then I have scriptures to prepare, which, you know, we'll get the scriptures first, because hey, this is what it is. This is Isaiah 29:6. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord Yahweh of hosts, as Lord of armies, with thunder and with earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest and the flame of devouring fire. So these are all natural elements. You know, we've been dealing with thunder, which causes, you know, lightning is the aftermath. You know, thunder is the aftermath of lightning, which cause what? Forest fires, the devouring fire, you know, which ultimately is going to be those ICBMs. But this is how the Lord is visiting these lands. You know, what happened with the so-called fires in Maui, which we know that was no regular forest fires. All the ones in California. Shit, there was a fire not too long ago from my job site. We were watching the ridgeline burn, how close we were to the mountains. And I have video of that. I was thinking about doing a lesson on it. But yeah, it was close, this forest fire. Judgments. And with earthquake, you know, all the different craters and gaps that are getting popping up all over the place. You know how they have people that have what do they call sinkholes? You know, there's a whole fractures that go across miles. You know, because they say California separating a foot a week. You know, so all this stuff is happening, and great noise with storm and tempest. And storm and tempest is exactly what, you know, a hurricane would be described as in the scriptures. That's high winds, could be a tornado, could be a storm with tempest, which is really strong winds, you know. So this is how the Lord Yahweh Bashmi Shai comes and visits, and that is with judgments. Nahum 1 and 3, the Lord Yahweh is slow to anger and great in power, and will not at all acquit the wicked. The Lord Yahweh hath his way in the whirlwind and in the storm, and the clouds are the dust of his feet. Whew! So look, he hath his way in the whirlwind. So it is, if you get hit with flying 2x4 because you decided to stay in the evacuation zone, you know, whatever it may be, that's the Lord. You know, he had his way in the whirlwind to spin that 2x4, break it off from a building, have it get a pointed end where it splintered off and go right between your eyes. You know, it's how the Lord, you know, has judgment come out on some of these people, man. You know, so verse 4, he rebuketh the sea and maketh it dry, and drieth up all the rivers. Bashan languisheth, and Carmel and the flower of Lebanon languisheth. You know, and that is, you know, a drought, because the Lord controls, you know, the way the natural disasters, so-called, operate. You know, the Lord even stops the seas from going past a certain point. You know, and all this is about to hit. So I want to play a couple of these videos because you have these people bugging out over these tempest that's about to hit. And they say past the category 5, by the way, past the category Hurricane 5, they say is a act of God. You know, so it doesn't, there's no category Hurricane 6. It goes 5 and it stops, and after that it's an act of God. You know, so I'm gonna play this video.
And I can say without any dramatization whatsoever, if you choose to stay in one of those evacuation areas, you're going to die.
Incredible hurricane.
So I'm going to say that. So one of the things that they said is write your name on your body with Sharpie so they can identify your body if you choose to stay behind the evacuation zone. When the hell did they ever say that? Esau's telling you on their news outlets, write your name with Sharpie on your body so that we can identify you. Sheesh.
Just an incredible.
So, hey, I just want to say that, and then here's the image of this hurricane so far, up to date. So, wild visuals, a lot of information coming out on this. And this is how we know it's Esau too, because this is what happened. This is a Hurricane Milton went from a category 1 to a category 5 in less than 24 hours. Is this normal? No, the hell it's not. And you know that Esau already has a scapegoat with so-called global warming as the cause of it. You know, and I wanted to say this. You know, I saw this floating around online too. This is eminent domain. And the term eminent domain is the government's right to take private property for public use, and it can be used as a tool to address the risks of natural disasters. For example, the government may use eminent domain to take property for flood protection. You know, so they can, in a sense, bulldoze your whole fucking neighborhood if they say that we gotta clear the zone for flood protection. You know, they can go in and take whatever they need in the sense of a natural disaster, just like FEMA will split up into 10 parts that will have different so-called mini governments that control that zone. You know, they have camps, they have whole laws that, in a sense of a national emergency, Salakia, the government takes full possessional rights of roadways, waterways, water systems, transportation vehicles, gas stations, all the grocery stores, you know, all things, modes of transportation, everything. they take power over. You have no rights. The Constitution, your freedom to assemble, your freedom of speech, all that is null and void. They can go and snatch you up, throw you in a black hole for indefinite time with no charges, just because they can. Because let's say they say you were looting, or they already have their red, yellow, and blue list, Jake. So we already know who they're after. They're after the elect, and all this is out there. So stay wise in these times and understand Esau is working. First and foremost, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is working, but there's the more sinister, agenda behind what Esau is telling these people. And if you want to see this is the win category 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Of in the effects of a house. As Esau says. So just some information out there, sending out that there's a warning of this crazy storm coming, and no, it's not normal for it to increase a surge as it did. So again, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. And I pray, again for those brothers out there that are in Florida, in the South, that are going to be affected by this. I pray you and your families are, home safe and stay safe. And may Yahweh Bashem Yahushai be with you and yours. And, so Lord willing, this lesson was edifying to the elect. Till next time, I'd like to give all honor, glory, and infinite praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakodash. Double honors to beloved elders and the apostles at Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to all you hopefully like talking about through laboring, pushing this word in truth and in sincerity. Till next time, Lord willing, Shalom.